Yeah, hey Maggie, hey everybody. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Question about I heard somebody the other day talk about individuality, not being a separate self, but in the individuality of us, if there is such a thing as us. Can you talk about that at all? Is there any individuality at all in awareness?
I refer to the word individual as indivisible. So from the perspective of indivisibility, there are no divisions within consciousness. Now, there is another interpretation of the word individual, which refers to different characteristics, properties of the body-mind. Magdi, the body-mind named Frank are different body-minds. One may be more artistic than another. One may have certain athletic properties and interests in athletics, or certain differences in intellect. So from the perspective of the different body minds on the stage, you could say that there is individuality. Some are language proficient, they quickly pick up foreign languages and are adept at that. Some have creative skills, poetry comes to them easily, more proficient with language and the play of words, etc. So I would say that there is individuality from the perspective of the various body minds having different characteristics. Like the different colors of the rainbow, it's different. The color is white, but when you diffract the color through the prism, you have infinite shades of colors. Every color has its particular tint, its particular warmth, its particular quality.
Oh, interesting. So it's all on the level of phenomena, not on the consciousness level. What about I heard somebody discuss this the other day, and I've heard this over the years off and on, about astral bodies. Do you know anything about astral bodies? Is that anything to do with that? I'm sure that's also a phenomenal thing, but or maybe not. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you to tell me. What do you know about astral bodies?
For me, it's more like La La Land stuff. But when you talk about the body, we have various understanding about the body before even going to the astral body, just the body itself. From the materialist perspective, the body is a very fixed mass of flesh and bones that has a certain size and shape, and so on, and made out of various organs and functions. There's the brain. So that's from a conceptual, materialist conceptual view. There are other views. There are some folks who believe that our body is a projection from other dimensions, and we are visiting this planet via this body, whatever. There are many theories and concepts about the body. But experientially, It's a different thing. We each have our experience of the body. When we take a look at our experience of the body, we find that we experience the body via perceptions that we perceive. In the mirror, a body, we look at our hand, our shoulder, we can see there is a body. So we experience the body via perceptions and via thoughts. You have like an image of my body, my 10-year-old body, whatever images, which are so fleeting. And then, of course, there is a sensation, the sense. And right now, you're sensing, there's a sense of the body, bodily sensations. This is how we experientially know the body. So the body, let's say that the body is mostly a field of sensation, thoughts and perception, but mostly sensation. And if you take a look at the sensation, you find a sensation, you can't pin it down, like where it is, what's its size, what's its weight, what's its, how many molecules of oxygen is it made out of, or how many molecules of nitrogen is it. A sensation is more etheric. It's not it is not a material object. So our experience of the body is sensations, a field of sensation, which has no borders, no location. Conceptually, we say, okay, you know, the toothache is here. You know, so we locate somewhere in the body the sensation of a toothache. But the sensation of a toothache, that sensation itself is arising in awareness. And of course, it's pointing to something we need to do about going to visit a dentist. You look at the sensation of breath, for example. It's more difficult to locate it than a toothache. It's arising, appearing in the space of awareness. So, why complicate things with like an astral body and astral? Meaning the stars and the cosmos and the galaxies. And in fact, the cosmos, the galaxies, appear within consciousness. Our body and the body of the cosmos are one. There isn't like a line somewhere we could say, well, okay, the cosmos starts here on that side, and on the other side is my body. That would be a concept. But experientially, you can't separate your body from the cosmos. I'm not just talking about our galaxy, I'm talking about the entire cosmic field. So you could say that our body, in fact, is the body of the cosmos. You want to call that astral body? Okay, if you want to get sophisticated and appear like you're smart, speaking about something very special. No, it's just our common body is the field of sensations, and it's not separate from the cosmos.
Yeah, Magdi, this teacher was talking about. She was bringing up the idea of the senses. We have the five. Is it five senses we have? That's, I don't even remember, 5 or 6. But there's another realm. There's another realm, so to speak, where they actually exist. And I think she was tying that into the astral body idea, which is like she gave the example of, like, if you close your eyes, you can see, but you can see that you can't see. And it's the same thing with the hearing. You can block your ears and still just hear that you can't hear. So would that be? So how would you explain that aspect of it? She explains it in the way that, well, she gives the explanation that the astral body, this is what goes on after the physical death of the body, is this astral body continues in that form of still with the senses, but in a different form, not in the physical form so much, but more in an astral form. So how would you explain that in your own language?
Sounds to me like lots of charabia. I don't know how you say in English, charabia. A lot of wishful thinking, let's say, that there is some astral realm that is governing the body, and that the body somehow is going to reconnect with some astral realm. It sounds like an amusing story for children. You could sell a lot of books, children books. What we can be certain of is that the reality of our experience is one reality. One reality. Whatever that reality is the changeless aspect in our experience. The changeless aspect in our experience is that which is non-phenomenal. Everything which is phenomenal changes. The senses, over time, the eyes communicate less and less clearly with the brain, and the vision deteriorates, and the hearing, etc. The only thing that is absolute in our experience is the nominal aspect of our experience, which is consciousness, which is the fact that the absolute fact that there is something rather than nothing, and that this something is aware. And it is I, what we call I, what we refer to as I, which is aware, which we call consciousness. Now, if you close your eyes, then via the eyes, consciousness cannot perceive the screen with the eyes closed. But yes, consciousness could perceive some scintillation. With the eyes closed, there could be some shades of gray or little sparks of light. When I was a kid, I used to love to close my eyes looking at the sun, then everything is red. You know how everything is red when you're looking at the sun with your eyes closed. I thought that was cool. So what? If you take a piece of paper that is a pink piece of paper, a thin piece of paper that's pink, you put it in front of your eyes, then you will see pink. You will see the walls, the white walls, as pink walls. So what? How do we jump from the senses to some astral body realm? Who knows? Now, it's a question about the death, maybe after the death. our body will join the astral body, etc. After death, your body is gonna be eaten by the worms and the maggots and gonna go to dust. That's what's gonna happen to your body. The brain, the skeleton will take much longer, but for sure that's what's gonna happen to your body. We can take films of that, we can make movies of that and send them to you as a proof. That's what's gonna happen to your body. What's gonna happen to the brain? The brain is gonna stop functioning. In other words, this body, which is sentient, will no longer be a valid instrument for consciousness to perceive through it. It will be, the junkyard. It'll be in the junkyard. It won't no longer be a car available to you to drive. It'll be in the junkyard, crushed. That's what's going to happen to the body. That's what's going to happen to the brain. Now, what happens to consciousness? There is a belief that consciousness resides in the body, and that therefore something is going to happen to consciousness when the body becomes obsolete. That this consciousness will need to go to the astral conscious realm and download another body. Well, also there are all sorts of theories, beliefs that consciousness resides in the body and is dependent on the body. So this is what we take a look at here in our meetings. What evidence do we have that consciousness is dependent on the body or resides in the body? None. In fact, our experience is that the body, meaning sensations or perception, appear within consciousness. Consciousness is not inside the body. You can't open the brain and dig around and do all sorts of tests and suddenly you discover, oh yeah, here's consciousness. Or oops, this is where consciousness was and it just ran away a week ago, an hour ago. We missed consciousness by 2 minutes. That's just rubbish. If you go to your experience of consciousness and your experience of the body, you will find that the body appears and disappears within consciousness. The sensation appears and disappears to you. In deep sleep, there is no sensation of the body. Then a mosquito bites you, and now the body appears to you as an itch. So I wouldn't spin around people who are marketing all sorts of new age theories that sound very grandiose and, oh, wow, yeah, maybe I need to understand and I need to get some understanding about my astral body and where does my body go? What cubicle is it going to occupy in the astral realm? And how can I work on making sure that this astral realm is going to download my new, out of this astral realm, my new astral body into the right astral realm. Please.
Hey, Magdi, thanks. Appreciate you hearing your feedback on this.